getting a greater share of world trade. It's about one thing that is important, creating jobs for our youth. We're going to have the largest youth population by 2050, okay, in the world. We must create jobs for our young people, so we have to insist. And I think the model has to change. I think all African leaders are really agreeing on that now. I think the issue is to get the investment in. To do that, we must reduce barriers to investment and we must reduce costs to trade.
You've said in the past that if the WTO didn't exist, it would need to be invented. Who stands the most to lose if world trade rules are thrown out the window? I think
developing countries stand to lose most, because already the developed countries have improved the living standards of their people using this same trading system. Although 1.5 billion people have been lifted out of extreme poverty in developing countries, as you said, not all developing countries have benefited equally. Certainly, I don't think Africa has benefited as much as it should. So, you know, we need to improve that. And I'm telling you all the ways we need to act. So if that ladder of using the world trading system is kicked away, guess what? Who is going to lose? We wouldn't have had our turn to try and benefit. So certainly we should fight to make sure that the system is kept in place, the rules are improved, but not the way it is. I insist that we need to reform. There are certain things in the world trading system that don't work well now, including for us. And we should focus on reforming those things.
And that brings me to my final question. There's all this talk of reforming the WTO. From where you sit, because you're championing this reform, you've been a strong advocate of this reform, what is the single thing that needs to be done to achieve the outcomes that would benefit everybody when it comes to global trade?
I wish it was a single thing. Life is not that simple. There's not one single thing. There are several things that
the most important
things that have to be done. Certainly, we need to look at what the developing countries are looking at. How can the system help them integrate better into world trade so they can benefit more? What is it? How can the trading system help development more than it is? That's first. How can we bring in investment? Second, how do we make decisions so that the system can be more flexible, allowing us to adopt new rules that may benefit developing countries faster and quicker? If we're in an AI world, you don't need a system that is rigid, right? You don't need a system that is bureaucratic. You need a flexible system that will enable us to move faster so that our young people can get into digital trade, green trade, services trade, the places where it matters. That's what I care about. So these are some of the things. You know, systemic change, so we're more flexible. Decision making that is quicker and enabling us to take advantage. Flexibility in our arrangements and agreements. More openness and transparency so we can see what trade policies are being made by other countries, and so that our business people can adapt quickly and be able to take advantage.
This is really my final question. Please indulge me, just my last one. What is your message to US President Donald Trump? Very few people knew what the WTO
I deal with the United States of America, and it is still a member of the WTO, and we value that. And we value all our members. What I'm saying to all our members is this. We must look at what are the good aspects of the world trading system and the rules that we need to keep. What are the things that need to be changed? How do we integrate Africa more? How do we help developing countries more? How do we help even the developed countries? Because, you know, they also need to look out for their populations. So that's why I'm advocating very strongly for these reforms. So my message to all my members is let's get together. And I have to tell you, this G20 meeting has been tremendous because all the world leaders, one by one yesterday, mentioned the centrality of the world trading system and the WTO to them.
Except for the US.
You know, and they also mentioned the need to reform. You know, so this is very critical, and we will continue to work with them to do the reforms. Thank you.
Ngozi Okonjo Iweala, thank you so much.